Good afternoon, Tom Ginn, your host for G Force. G is for gratitude. And gratitude works, and it's a very dynamic principle and law once we really understand the power of gratitude. And today, Wednesday, I'm going to be introducing, we talked about, we'll be working through different books and relate to our subconscious and that type of thing. But today we're going to start the first go around in the power of the subconscious mind. We're going to build off that book that we worked on in the past, The Ant and the Elephant. The ant being the conscious mind, the elephant being the subconscious. And we're going to really dive a little bit deeper. I mean, not a little bit, very significantly deeper over the next 6 or 8 weeks on this principle of understanding the power of the subconscious. And I will be getting into just an introduction today here in a moment. But before I forget, there's a number of announcements I want to make coming up this week. Friday, we're moving G-Force to 11 o'clock just for Friday because my guest could not make a commitment for 1 o'clock. So this message is so powerful. People need to hear it. And we're going to be bringing in, I'm honored and grateful to know Gavin Newsom. My politics just get jumped in here. So, but Gavin Zastrow, he's my wife's cousin, school teacher here locally, author, and he's going to be sharing a story that's impacted his life in a very significant way. And it may be relevant to you. You may know people that it's relevant with. It's the impact and how a suicide of his best friend changed his life. And he wants to share his message because suicide is a very serious thing, and how it impacts people around us long term, how to recognize people that might be moving in a state of personal harm. But we're going to be introducing Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom. Boy, I tell you, Gavin, when you hear this, you can slap me later, buddy. Gavin Zastrow, great smile, great personality, whole lot of fun. And he's going to be talking about his book, A Marshland of His Own, that he wrote. And it took him 20 some years to write this book. And through the encouragement and of those type of things, he made that commitment to get it. Now he's writing his second book. So that is what we're going to be talking about on Friday, 11 a.m. You don't want to miss it. And I'm going to put this banner up a little bit here, just so you get an essence of the messaging he'll be talking about in his book. For many people across the United States, each suicide is just another statistic. They are dead wrong. Each number represents so much more. And he's going to share his story, the other side of suicide, from someone who has left behind that. So that's a very powerful message, and how he's dealt with it, and give you some ideas of if you've experienced this, or you know other people that have experienced somebody they know or love around suicide. We can't take it for granted. So turn on your notifications. It's that important. Turn on your notifications. You know, gratitude does work, and it's just through appreciation of people like Gavin Zastrow to bring us a new level of awareness of loss. And probably one of the most disturbing type of losses we can have is through suicide. So we need to be more aware of it, how to recognize it. If we've experienced, different ways to deal with it, from principles of gratitude, principles of reflection, sharing this out to help other people. So share and tag with your friends today, Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Gavin Zastrow will be talking about his book. I've read it. The title of the book is A Marshland of His Own. And that title will come full circle to you, what that title really means in relationship to his being left behind, the guilt, and all those things that people encounter when somebody has ended their physical existence on this earth. So tag and share your friends. It's going to be that important. 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. So yeah, turn on your notifications. I think it's something everybody should know about, be aware of, be prepared for, how to deal with it if you've experienced yourself. So, and the next announcement I want to do is for Mark Gassert and myself. Two things. We are doing a weekly Thursday evening seminar for Elevate Your Profits. And the topic I will be covering is how to create $1 million asset in 1 year. It's not what you think. So the registration link is right here below. It is tomorrow at 6:30 Central Time, 7:30 Eastern. Plug in. It's going to be only 30 minutes. We're going to cover 7 principles that you need to be aware of that is killing you financially, and their solution to it. And many times we don't have time to accomplish the financial objectives we want under the traditional ways of saving money for the long term. It doesn't work if you only got 10 years left. You got to find some other ways. But we're going to cover 7 principles you need to be aware of that are destroying you financially. My background's financial coaching. I work on the behavior side, help people get a better relationship with money and creating wealth. If I can do it, I know you can do it. I'm nothing special. I'm not, an investment wizard, but I apply the principles that were taught to me, and has put me in what I call the 3.5 percenters. And that is, it's not to, it's to paint a picture here, is impress upon you this fact. If I can do it, you can do it. Here's the sad fact in America today. 3.5% of the American people have a net worth of over $1 million. Only 3.5%. Statistically say that is you. If Tom Ginn can become a 3.5 percenter, so can you. But there's principles you've got to understand. Apply them. I'm so grateful. My story and my relationship with money and how I had a lack mentality because of how my parents were brought up and what they instilled in me. Then I had mentors and coaches that came into my life, and I started applying those. I started teaching those, and it's so important to understand what is killing you financially today. No matter how much money you're making, if you're not prepared to solve these 7 problems, you will not be a positive statistic. You will not become a positive statistic of 3.5% and having a net worth of over $1 million. That's not to impress you, it's to press upon you that there's problems in this country. Individuals, we live in a culture of illusions, false realities, and most people don't wake up and it's till it's too late. And I don't want you to be in that situation. So I'm excited. Tomorrow night at 6:30, the registration link is there. It's by registration, 30-40 minutes. If you feel that that's something we've talked about, that you want to have more dialogue and get a little deeper dive of some of the things that I'm doing or what I share and coach, we'll be scheduling, giving you an opportunity to schedule time to chat about that. So that is tomorrow at 6:30. Registration is below. How to create $1 million asset in 1 year. Also, Mark and I doing Elevate Your Profits. We do that Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. As Jeffrey Gittimore say, there's only one time zone to focus on. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern. Elevate Your Profits. I'm bringing in a local Milwaukee business mogul. And that's going to be Andy Wines. I'm going to show you his picture and his story on Monday night. So let me bring up Andy's picture right here. There he is. Great story. He is very influential in this community. He's on the board of directors of many different companies in the area. That is his business attire. Former veteran. He is a no-nonsense guy. Let's get it done. We got a mission to do. But he's going to share with you how he has built success in business. So if you're looking to go into business, a solopreneur in business, no matter what your role is or how big you need to be on this next Monday night at 6:30, meet Andy Wines. Andy Wines. So those are my announcements for today. I'm going to take that banner down. And now we are going to be moving in today's topic. Today's topic. All around gratitude. If everything we talk about and everything I read, and we look at how we can apply gratitude in these principles, we can accentuate, we can accelerate the results we want. But the most important thing to understand, even with gratitude, it's controlled by your subconscious. How has it been programmed? How has your gratitude been programmed? So we'll be working on Dr. Joseph Murphy's book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, Unlock Your Master Key to Success. We went on that book talking about the ant and the elephant, and just a real great story, but profound. But now we're going to take understanding how powerful the subconscious is, ergo, the elephant. And today I'm just going to just open up, kicking off the study of this book with just understanding the treasure house within us. The treasure house within us. That's our mind. And when we looked around yesterday, or Monday, excuse me, I posed some questions. Why is one person successful and another isn't? Why is one happy and one is sad? Why is this person on paper has more talent and more capabilities, struggling, failing, and somebody that doesn't even have a high school degree is kicking it in a very significant way? What is the difference? It's not knowledge. It's important, but it's not knowledge that causes success. If you're going to become a brain surgeon, yes, I would hope that the person that does my brain surgery knows something about the brain, needs some knowledge. But the real success in life, even for a brain surgeon, is a belief system and how it is formed. How it is formed. And I just want to say the power within you, our mind, there is no way that any one individual or any test designed that can determine the level of success you'll have in life. There isn't a test that will dictate that. It can give you some characteristics and probabilities and all that. Throw that all out the window, because the subconscious controls everything. The mind, and I want to go into this. This is one of the principles that it was been trained through Bob Proctor to John Maxwell uses these principles. We can go through some of the most predominant thought influencers in the world, and they understand this. Let me get rid of that. They understand this. This is called the stick man. Understand the conscious mind at the top half of the circle, the subconscious, how we operate, recognizing these levels of vibrations we call emotions, and understanding how to shift to a place of positive reinforcement, positive programming, understanding the subconscious is the supercomputer that's controlling you. It's not the intellect, not a reasonable mind. So it's important that we'll be referencing this because our mind is energy. We can't see it. We learn, we think in pictures, and we are going to use the stick person as a reference point so you can actually start seeing your mind, seeing how you feel, so you can make those changes. Many of us, and when I say many of us, that includes me, and even I'm asleep at some, most people are asleep and have no awareness of the magnitude of their thinking. They're asleep in their potential. And they don't realize that the mind is the gold mine. Now, we're not always talking about the mind of success and tangible object and how big your bank account is. The success is the realization of a worthy ideal. It's progressive realization of a worthy ideal. It could be a relationship, it could be spiritual, it could be monetary, it could be anything, but it doesn't make any difference what you put after that. Your mind is controlling those outcomes at a subconscious level. And that is a gold mine. When you understand the power of your thinking, and my story is this. I was struggling in life. I had poor relationship with money. I was been successful in the eyes of a lot of people, but I was never living to my fullest potential with my belief systems, the cultural programming I had from my parents, learning disabilities, how I let my self-image get in the way. All those things are realities, but I was letting my subconscious control my truest potential. And it took me 30 some years until somebody brought that stick person into my life. It's so powerful. It changed my life. I would never believe that I would be in front of this camera, giving a live stream, talking to you. This represented the blackboard. If you ever go to my website, my story, my learning disabilities, how it frees, this was the blackboard. I couldn't think, I couldn't talk, I just froze. And it's through this personal development, understanding how that was formed. Now I have the resources and control, the gold mine, to do what I'm doing. I love this camera now. I love the blackboard. Before is my greatest fear, and I'd run from it and hide from it. My learning disabilities, I let it affect my self-image and my self-worth. I'm ADHD. Squirrel, silver object, focus. I'm on audio dyslexia. So if you're giving me your phone number, probably I'd have to ask you 4 times. Could you say it over and over again until I could get it written down? I could see it here, but I've had to write it down and translate it to another medium. Couldn't do it. Can't do it. But I've learned to do it. Yeah. So the power of the mind. To give you an idea, consider your mind as a magnet. You could take steel, carbon steel. It could be 1 pound. It could be 100,000 pounds. It doesn't make any difference with the weight. Energy, magnetism is energy in an applied way into steel. And that energy, and when we understand it, when you magnetize steel, when I talk about magnetizing steel in this conversation, think about your mind. It's steel. And you magnetize it, it's going to pick up, and I have to make sure I get this number correct, 12 times its weight. So if it's 1 pound, it can pick up 12 pounds. If it's 100,000, it's 1,200,000 pounds, 12 times, right? My math, it shows you how bad my math is. It's a big number. So your mind is more capable of picking and doing more than you realize. So you're going to learn with the subconscious how to remagnetize it. So you become a stronger thinker. Your mind is steel. Get it magnetized. Now, here's the other thing about magnetization or being magnetized. You can lose it. There's a process, and then it can't pick up anything. And that's where most people I would say are stuck, or they can't seem to grow. They can't get to the next level. Is that they're trying to pick up 10,000 pounds with a 1 pound magnet. How do you grow? How do you get stronger? So when you understand that, and Dr. Joseph Mercy talked about this is one of the most recognized books in the psychotherapy, spiritual realm, all those types of things. A lot of people, this is science. It's not voodoo. It's not conjecture. It works when you understand these principles. The treasure within you. When you understand the stick person, that's you. When you understand how that's formed, how to reprogram it, how to remagnetize. See, consider your brain. So your mind has no weight, but your brain, it's going to do a whole lot more than you think it's even capable of doing. Even the most brilliant people that walk this earth are using less than 10% of its capability. So that leaves me, Tom, again, probably maybe I'd be lucky. Maybe am I using 1 or 2% of my capabilities? But it's only through awareness, understanding, application, coaching, mentoring to help better understand how to put these principles, science of the mind to work, to accomplish anything you want, to accomplish anything you want. So I just want to let you start thinking as your mind is a magnet. It could be, you may be demagnetized right now. We're going to show you how to magnetize your mind so you can get the gold, the oases, the things you want in your life, because they are created. The idea might be created in the conscious mind, but it's supported and operated at the subconscious level. If anybody tells you otherwise, tell them to go to work and read some books. Talk to a psychotherapist, talk to a psychologist, talk to anybody who understands how this mind works. And that's what I love about the program I've been coached on. The genius of Bob Proctor is being able to teach people how to understand the most complicated supercomputer in the universe that we're aware of as a human mind. You become the programmer, you change everything. So that's what, and during this next month, I'll be doing some promotions around some of my coaching that gets very specific on how to magnetize your mind, how to take that infinite supply of steel that you have and magnetize it to put it to work for you in a different way. So with that all said, I just want to reestablish, get this book, dive in with me, make comments, let's have some dialogue. The power of the subconscious mind. I'm always here. This is my contact information, my email, my calendar link is right there. Be free to reach out to me. I'd love to have some dialogue. But more importantly, turn on your notifications for Gavin Zastrow, 11 a.m. on Friday. Tag and share. Turn on your notification. It's going to be that powerful. It's that important. We hear about suicides. We know about it. We've been affected by it. We hear it all the time. Suicide is going up and up and up. We need to be aware of it. And if one does take themselves in their lives, we need to understand how to deal with that. And everybody's going to deal with it differently. Gavin's going to share his story. It may be a resource for you to lean into. He's writing his second book around this topic. He's active in the community around suicide prevention, suicide awareness, and we need to know about it. We need to know more about that than how to make $1 million asset. So with that all said, G-Force, I am so grateful for today. Some unbelievable things are coming into my life that I would never have comprehended would have happened. But it's only because I've shifted my thinking and my belief system. And guess what? Those opportunities were always there. I just didn't see them because I didn't believe. My subconscious put the filter on. So I encourage you, whether it be myself or somebody else, seek out counsel, seek out mentors, seek out how to grow the most valuable resource that you have in your physical body is your brain and your mind, how to develop it to its fullest potential. Become an Olympian in thinking. So with that all said, I'm so grateful for everybody here today. Gratitude does work in every area of your lives, in a time of loss. And Gavin will share that with you. Even after the loss, there was places of gratitude, things that he could reflect on that gave him purpose in life, even though he lost his best friend. There's gratitude is a healer. Gratitude is a creator. So with that all said, everybody have a great day. I appreciate everybody. Share this out, and we'll see you on Friday. Maybe, and I encourage you to register how to create $1 million asset tomorrow evening at 6:30. There's the registration link. It's going to be fun, short, and to the point. If that intrigues you, then we'll give you the next step of how to create some more dialogue around those principles. With that all said, I'm going to sign out. God bless everybody. Gratitude. The moment right now is the most important moment in your life. What you think will determine the immediate next moment, and it compounds itself through the rest of your life. Trust it. Have a great day.